sound.
You got there.
Like how that's sounding. All right, so setting up meeting on YouTube live.
Well, at least gonna be on YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna drop
start
on Facebook as well, or we just gonna shoot it straight on YouTube?
We're going to shoot a link on Facebook as well. I need to start editing these videos after the fact. All right, so hold on. Oh, Taylor ain't hit me back. All right, hitting record. We're about to start recording in a second. Record it to the cloud. Yeah, put a link on Facebook, and while I'm talking, I'll be one too.
All right. Oh, damn.
Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Black and Black. Let me put that down because I'm pretty sure YouTube would demonetize me if I was doing that on video. This is your boy Benjamin Anderson. You can find me in a number of places. You can find me on Twitter at Black89, where I get suspended all the time now. Well, at least once now. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Anderson, where I was suspended for an extended period of time. You can find me on Instagram, where I've never been suspended. I got copyright strikes on.
Soon. Soon. He's going for the trifecta.
Possibly. At Sephiroth _was_right. Yeah, Jonesy is here. Taylor might be joining us later, but Jonesy. So.
Yeah, it's your boy Jonesy. You can find me at everything is under Pharaoh Dom. I think Instagram is Durag Vinny, and Twitter is also Sean Jarvis. But if you type in the at Pharaoh Dom, it's spell it correctly, not like the rapper, not like Pharaoh Monch. It's all grammatical.
Yeah, he does spell his wrong, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's how I learned how to spell Pharaoh as a kid. So that's how I know it's wrong. Because hip hop taught me illiteracy.
I mean, that's how I learned how to spell fabulous.
Very wrongly, yes.
Yes. I did that. I did that in a spelling bee, and they were like, "That is wrong, sir. That is you were eliminated."
That is phenomenal.
They were like, "Oh well," and I was like, "Yeah, I got this." In my head,
I've been training my whole life for this moment.
Was playing as I did it.
Then he started Harlem shaking while he was spelling it. That is wrong.
Just crushed my spirit. Oh.
Damn.
Oh, well, never mind. But yeah. Thank you guys for tapping in. Anyone who is downloading it, please leave us a 5-star review and a comment on whatever app you are listening to this on, be it Spotify, be it iTunes, any app. So yeah, without further ado, we do sports, nerd shit, and hip hop.
Yes, and we got some good stuff to talk about in all those categories lately. So
we do. It is a jam-packed show, and we AEW tonight. So get into this. First topic: NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs started. When did they start? Last week? No,
week before last.
No, they started on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, NBA playoffs
first games
on
were.
Saturday.
Yep, man, and we are hot and heavy in them.
It's been some good series, man. The series that I really am excited for, simply because I want to see Patrick Beverley cry.
Yeah, I need to see Patrick Beverley get taken out the paint. Yeah. Grizzlies have a great young core. They play well together. Hopefully they'll be able to turn this series around and make it competitive.
But they won last night. They won by 30 last night.
Man, I had to go to bed, bro. You know, them West Coast time games, I can't.
Nigga, I didn't watch that live.
They weren't West Coast time, but like by the time that game came on, I'd already been watching the Atlanta and Heat game, and I sat on the couch. Actually, what happened was at that point, my wife came in the room and was like, "Hey, the Batman is on HBO Max." I was like, "Cool, let's do that together." So we, did that whole thing, and I was like, "Yo, watch the Batman or watch Patrick Beverley," and Bruce Wayne won.
Yeah. Huh? I enjoy the Batman and emo Batman movie. I very much enjoyed the emo Batman movie. But yeah. NBA playoffs, man. It's early. Unfortunately, Devin Booker got injured in the Pelicans and Suns series, so we'll see how that series plays out. The Warriors Nuggets series is probably over already, simply because the Warriors are just better.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Warriors been cooking, man. Like, yeah.
We got. Oh, go ahead.
Like, I don't want to call it this early, but like the Warriors, yeah, Denver would have to pull off quite a string of games to really like defeat the Warriors in this round, man. Because them dudes are firing on all cylinders right now. They've had a hell of a bounce back considering some of the setbacks they had earlier in this season.
Yeah. Plus, the Nuggets just don't have the bodies. Like they have so many people injured,
True.
so they just don't. They don't
Yeah,
simply
man.
have the bodies. But yeah, man. The series that is really going to be fun to watch is the Boston Celtics, who might actually be the best team in the NBA, versus the I'm about to call them niggas the New Jersey Nets. Wow, the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, they ain't been Jersey in a minute, my guy.
You know they haven't. They haven't. My brain was just like New Jersey Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. The first game was great. That was legitimately a great game. Kyrie went off because the Boston fans continue to be the weirdo racists that Boston fans
So
are.
they are very much on brand.
Yes, they like it's not that serious, guys. And I enjoy Kyrie like cooking them and flicking them off. I thought that was great. Unfortunately, Kyrie really wanted that last shot.
Yeah,
Fuck that last possession up.
yeah. I think the emotion of wanting to, tell them to suck it from the back overtook the smart basketball play in that moment.
Yes, because that was a terrible. Now, to be somewhat fair to him, they probably should have called a timeout and like set up a fucking play because they had a timeout and they just decided, nah, we'll just let Kyrie and Kevin Durant figure it out. But it is what it is. And then Jason Tatum came and hit a game winner. Like that was a dope. It wasn't even really a play. They just kind of fell asleep on defense and he hit a game winner. So they have another game that I believe starts in like an hour.
That was a heartbreaker game when the shot died there on that too. Like, man,
Yep.
Like you said, you got it's easy for me to say sitting and watching the game from at home, stay patient, don't jump, don't take the bait, make him make that shot, don't let him get, don't open a lane up for him. It's easy in retrospect to see what they should have done, but I also understand I'm not even gonna say fell asleep on defense. They were overzealous. Like they were overzealous on that, and he was patient on offense and was able to take advantage of that. Because if they had just waited just a little bit, he would have been forced to take and make that shot, which I don't think he would have made with those two guys covering. But hey,
I mean, he got into the paint and just
he got to the paint and got exactly. He didn't try to make a hero play, and they were like, "We got to stop him now." And when they bit too early, a lane opened up.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's a good series, and I'm looking forward to. I probably won't watch the game tonight, just simply because Dynamite is on. But I will be watching the highlights at some point, and I'm looking forward to the series, man. It's hopefully it gets tied 2-2 or not 2-2, 1-1, and we'll see how it goes. The Heat are probably going to run away with their series against.
Oh yeah, man.
Atlanta
against the Hawks, man. The Hawks have been fighting every game, but like it's
the first game they got blown out.
Yeah, first game they got bullied. Like, but they never stopped trying to play. If you get what I mean, like.
Yeah.
But it's just they were just outgunned. Second game was closer, but it was like, man, and then again the Heat just pulled away. Your game plan cannot be, especially just for the Hawks specifically. You can't do this with any team, but your game plan cannot be, Trey or twerk. It can't. That's not going to get it.
Our very little guard, or nothing else.
He's good at drawing contact and getting to the line. He's Harden-esque in that way.
He's good at insurance fraud.
I mean, I wasn't going to, but I didn't have to say it. You did.
Insurance fraud.
If they can't catch you in the act and you keep making money from it.
But yeah. But the Sixers, what does Sixers play? Toronto, that series is pretty much over.
Yeah, Sixers is doing the thing, man.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is bullying people. James Harden does look washed up, but that's neither here nor there. So we'll see, man.
So
We're in the first
how,
round.
how is Harden and Embiid that had that nasty spill the other night? That was
I don't know. I don't know who had a bad fall last night. Like I said, I didn't see all the games last night.
True.
Because they
might have
are
been
West Coast games.
That might have been in game one. That might have been the first Philly-Toronto game where they had crazy collision. But
But yeah, man. So NBA playoffs are hot and heavy. Really enjoying them. So, we'll see. We'll see how they go.
Yeah, there's a lot of not a lot of games I can't like. Boston and Philly, I'm not, I can't call that one right now. I'm leaning towards the Nets actually taking that series overall, probably in 6.
From Boston?
On Boston. Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't know, man. Katie and you think Boston's gonna get the Nets out the paint?
Boston is a way better team.
They are, but
they're
you
a
also
better
have,
team.
You have 2 generational talents in
that's cool. But the better team is gonna win that series. Like
usually,
Boston actually was up significantly in that game. It took Kyrie going Super Saiyan basically. To bring them back. Like Boston,
which you can't
takes a series.
Like I get which you can't account for happening, night in and night out. But I do think like those 2 guys are enough to get them out of this first round. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't be shocked.
Like Boston had the highest point differential in the NBA. Boston in the second half of the season was the best team in the NBA. Like Boston has a defensive player of the year. Marcus, like Boston is a better team, like significantly better team than the Nets. The Nets are an idea. They're not an actual team. They have not played enough.
You call these boys
be a real team?
An idea.
They're an idea. They're a concept. They're a theory. They've played like no games together, really. Like those 2 are great players.
True.
They also
when you mentioned the chemistry
have not played together.
Yeah, not like very, very little.
Yeah,
because
and then they're talking about playing Ben Simmons, which I think is stupid.
I would not bring him back.
Like he ain't played this year.
I'm about to say he hasn't played all year, has he? Okay,
he hasn't played since the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's not.
Like,
this is not the time to get your feet back underneath you.
Like, what are you bringing him back to do? Ben Simmons is an amazing defensive player. They are going to hunt him because you ain't played in a year. So you come on the floor, you food. Like it doesn't matter how good you are. Like normally, nigga, you ain't played in a year. You're food.
Right.
Like you don't, and the Nets are horrible on defense anyway, so you're gonna make them worse. So I think that's serious. I see Boston taking that series, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
Philly, Toronto. I think Philly on that.
Yeah, that's Philly.
Warriors is going over. I hope that the Grizzlies beat the Timberwolves and get bounce that fraud. Speaking of insurance fraud, bounce that fraud defender, violent assaulter of other NBA players out of the first round, man.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't done anything wildly dirty to John Morant yet. Like I am genuinely shocked. Like I'm genuinely shocked he hasn't done something wildly dirty for no reason to John Morant.
Bro, it's coming
because he's say it now. I will say, Minnesota, y'all got one in Anthony Edwards. That dude, that dude is one. Unfortunately, he plays in Minnesota. So,
I mean, hey man, you can't run from the grind, Ben. You can't run.
Yes,
from
you can.
The grind.
Yes, you should. You should always run from the grind.
No, never run from the grind. You got to live for the grind.
Run from it. Run from the fucking grind. Always run from the grind. But yeah. Yeah, man.
Always
run from the grind. But
man, see, that's what's wrong with players and fans now. They have no loyalty to organizations, man.
I don't have loyalty really to my job. Like I work there because they pay me. It's not like I'm about to be out here, advertising what I make.
You're not out here to die for this, Ben. You're not out here to die for the company.
No.
You have to die for the brand, Ben.
No.
That's how the earth works.
Unfortunate. Moving on to nerd shit. We got a Moon Knight series. I haven't watched the latest episode, even though I kind of know what happens. But Moon Knight, this has been really good. They have changed sort of how these characters act because Steven in comic book is like a rich dude, and Mark is a mercenary. So Mark is basically the same.
Yeah, Mark is Mark.
I'm guessing Jake is not the same.
I'm thinking, well, you want to give like a basic overview. I think Jake is behind the mayhem we saw last episode.
Yes, no, I think Jake is a murderer. But first off, don't know if he's named Jake. I'll get into it.
True. We don't know that.
But yeah, so basically the concept of the show, if you haven't seen the Moon Knight show, is Moon Knight is a superhero, quote unquote, who is the avatar for Khonshu, who is the god of vengeance.
Yep.
And he is trying to stop. Damn, I forgot who he's trying to stop to come back. Not Anubis.
Ammit.
Ammit from being resurrected. Ethan Hawke is doing that stuff.
Yep.
It's been a dope series. They've changed some stuff about Moon Knight. Moon Knight, most of the time, doesn't have superpowers. He has them in this.
Yeah, sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he does because Khonshu was possessing him. Sometimes it's just a boost from being the avatar of the moon god / god of vengeance and judgment, Khonshu, and his powers will wax and wane with the phases of the moon. He's had a very complex history as a character, but generally he doesn't have superpowers other than, being a former world champion boxer, mercenary, black ops, wet work specialist, former Marine, stuff you could do if you were dedicated to it, but nigga, I'm too lazy to learn to kill people that efficiently.
I mean, you can't do
all those things. That's a superpower to me,
yes. You also can't do all of those things in one life. That's not
in one lifetime. I mean, in a lifetime, sure, but you're not gonna be able to do those things while you're still a strapping 35-year-old man.
Yeah, that's just not how that works. But in the series, we start off with Steven, who has been changed from the comics. He's kind of like a bumbling goofball.
Yeah,
he's actually annoying, and I get why he's annoying. But
you mentioned that to me in our group chat. You were like, "Yo, every time it's I get it, but I don't. Doesn't mean I need it.
I do not need you whining constantly, because his character is whining constantly in the middle of fights.
It's a very realistic reaction. It's a very realistic reaction to the situation he's finding himself in, though, Ben. This man is
when niggas knows saving your life.
All he knows, he's getting blackout drunk and he's watching his body move. Imagine how horrifying it is to watch this violence through your body that you have no control over.
It'd be kind of cool.
Really? Not for me, dog. If I just see myself beating a dude's brains in with a gun butt, and I'm like, yo, wait, I thought I was taking a nap. What's happening? This is a really intense dream. I want to wake up now. I deal with sleep paralysis sometimes. So for me, just putting myself in his shoes, I could do it pretty quickly. Because I was like, oh, it's like when the witches ride my back, like my grandmama used to say. And I hate that feeling. It's horrible. It's horrifying. I don't like it. I can identify with Steven. No, I don't want that. No.
He can stop whining. He can actually stop whining.
I mean, no, he can't. He's freaking out.
In life or death situations, he in the back. Please stop. Shut the fuck up.
Bro, you saying it nigga, how did I get here? I'm discombobulated.
At this point, he knows how he got there.
Well, yeah, okay. At this point, he knows.
At this point, you are aware of what's happening, and you're still whining.
Hey, bro, this dude is waking up in some effed up situations, man. Dog.
He's not even waking up at this point. He is awake the whole time.
Exactly. He ain't even getting this.
How you got here?
No more. He's not even getting to sleep anymore. The whole time he's trapped in some.
Well, I think he probably sleeps when
he's trapped in the sunken place, man. I don't think he does sleep because remember when Mark took back control after the massacre in Egypt, he looks over and he just sees Steven and I can't believe you're a monster. Look what you've been doing. He was awake the whole time.
Mark said, Steven, what did you do? And Steven was like, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay, right. But that means Steven was there to witness it. Nah, don't try to put that. You're playing games with me. You know what you just did. He's like, no, I didn't do it. Who was it? I mean, we know, or we think we know who it was.
I mean, from what I understand, the latest episode makes it pretty clear there is another personality. Um, I haven't seen it yet. I will.
It could be the redheaded little girl that also lives in his head. That's a thing. I hope they bring that up.
I don't.
Hey man,
he has way too many. Because what they've done, because Moon Knight and Mr. Knight are actually two other personalities.
Yeah, they're separate personalities.
They're not even. They're just like, yeah, that's not a thing.
I mean, Moon Knight is more of a separate identity for Mark Spector. Not he's a separate identity the way Batman's a separate identity to Bruce Wayne. He's not like a wholly independent being like Mark's alters. Yeah, Mr. Knight apparently is. I was unaware of that from reading the Warren Ellis run, but apparently Ellis explained that in the Secret Avengers story where he introduced the persona of Mr. Knight. Because I thought it was just like a costume change. I'm like, that's a dope ass costume. But apparently, Mr. Knight literally is like, yo, I'm a whole ass Sherlock Holmes detective.
Yes, I'm a whole different person.
Like, I don't just go cutting off faces. I gather evidence for the police that they can use in court that's admissible. I actually got a license to be a private investigator. I went and did all this stuff at some point. Like, oh, okay.
Which also, when would you have done?
Probably like in between those Secret Avengers missions. You know, yeah, he had time. He wasn't always on call to go and fight Hydra or whatever they were doing that week. Plausible. It's Marvel, man. Everybody multitasks. Wolverine's on 7 teams at once, or used to be.
It used to be. He doesn't. He's not anymore.
Moon Knight has been dope. To people that are confused by you're supposed to be, like, I hate to be that.
Yeah, they haven't started explaining stuff.
I think I might have went a little too hard at times, calling people monkey-brained imbeciles when they did not understand
monkey-brained imbeciles.
WandaVision, which again, I say this all the time. You niggas don't deserve art. There's certain people who do not deserve art because you can't appreciate it.
True.
Like the people that lost their minds in between episodes 1 and 2 of Lovecraft Country, I don't know how to help you. I'm sure there's some nice pop-up books that you can go enjoy at your local Dr. Seussary. Yes, I'm a pretentious, judgmental bag of dicks, but I own
Dr.
it.
Seussary.
I own it.
Dr. Seussary.
I own it. Like, come on, man. Keep up, kids.
Your potential Dr. Seussary.
Yes. Please go to your provincial Dr. Seussary and find you some nice pop-up books. Or just watch Power, whatever. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, there's like 3 spinoffs right now, so
all of them. Enjoy all of them and the inevitable P-Valley spinoffs, as well as whatever Grey's Anatomy is doing these days.
Is that still on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. How many seasons?
Like 30? How? Probably.
Well, I mean, people watch it, but I didn't even think Shonda. Whatever.
Bro! Shout out to Shonda Rhimes. She's never not going to be making money. The Shondaverse.
Well, she does a Netflix shit, right?
Yeah, she does other stuff too. Yeah, Bridgerton, bro. The Shondaverse is never going to die. The Shondaverse will outlive the MCU.
Hey, I love to see black women shine.
Hey, get your.
I'm not gonna watch that shit, but shine. I'm just never gonna watch any of it.
I ain't mad at it.
Well, I didn't even lie. I've seen both seasons of Bridgerton. Can't even.
I mean, your wife was watching it, so I assume you saw something.
And I'm in the room, so I just see every episode.
I've seen a lot of things via like osmosis, basically. Like my wife would be checking it out, and I'll be reading a book or something in the same room or being on my phone. And occasionally something wild to happen, and I'll just pop my head up like, "Yo, what?" She's like, gives me 3 years of backstory. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember any of that.
The commentary I had on Bridgerton should be recorded because I don't understand like that really dramatic romance shit because I'm watching it and I'm like, you know how you eliminate all these problems is talk to each other and like these shows like go be like above and beyond for no one to speak to each other.
Bro.
Like, I was like, why did he just explain this? No, you can literally end all of this by just explaining yourself.
This is why I don't like rom-coms because, oh no, I saw you talking to this person at this restaurant. You're cheating on me. Or maybe you can go into the restaurant, introduce yourself, and find out the context for this other person being there.
Like, just talk to each other. That's it. That's literally eliminates everything.
But I guess I guess our wives can say the same stuff to us about like the superhero stuff for anime we watch, where it's like, or
they can just try to scrap.
kill this nigga. Like,
yeah, yeah. No, you could.
like,
you
like,
could.
maybe Thor should just come down and just lightning bolt everyone evil on Earth. I'm like, I mean, you could just have the Avengers become a judge, become the authority, but then I don't get 10 years of Marvel movies out of that though. So I get it.
Excellent transition. That was very professional.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Thor: Love and Thunder teaser.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're getting the Thor: Love and Thunder teaser. Just came out yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before?
It looks dope.
Yeah, man. Fuego.
Yeah, Thor's lost a bunch of weight because he was he was fat.
No, he was in the god. Is that Surtur's? It looks like a Surtur's head or whatever. He was in
Yeah. He was
whipping the giant chains.
By the way, like people were getting upset that this movie is sort of be a comedy. Relax. Like
the best Thor movie was a comedy.
Yes, and like
deal with it.
I get it. Gore the God Butcher's in this. I'm sorry that he is not going to be. He's probably going to be pretty close to comic book Gore the God Butcher.
Look, because if you remember that action figure, and if you like, Ben knows that I'm heavy into collecting action figures and stuff.
Yeah.
I stopped buying the MCU one specifically because for many, many years, up until very recently, they did not resemble the stuff on screen very well for a while. Like once they got better head scanning technology and just molds and stuff. So like I wouldn't take the leaked pictures based on from the toy sets as that's exactly how Christian Bale's going to look. I hope it's not. Like, I hope he doesn't just look like a weird pasty nun. But if that is what they go with, I'm hoping that's just one form he looked, because if you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but like if you know anything about Gore and his whole MO and the power set he displays in the stories, it is very possible that his physical form can change to suit the narrative. I'll leave that at that. And hopefully Sony doesn't try to backdoor that into something for them, because go fuck yourselves.
Well, no, they can't with Thor, only with Spider-Man.
Well, the reason I say trying to backdoor that is because there's some links to Spider-Man in Gore's. Well, because you read the comments.
Yeah, but I'm 100% sure that they don't own the rights to Gore.
Oh, no, they don't. When I mean backdoor, it is like, hey, you guys like that Thor movie? Well, one of our characters over here has a tangential link to that. Like, don't do that.
Oh, like Morbius?
No, not Morbius. Well,
oh God.
We'll just say
no. I know it's not Morbius. Yeah, I know who.
Yeah, Venom. Like, don't try to Venom. Do not try to
Venom
your way.
Oh God, just do Kroll.
Just
like if you want to do that, just do Kroll. Even though it wouldn't work in this version of Venom, but you could just do Kroll.
You know what? They could still do it. They could do the Planet Clintar, Knoll, and whatever.
Well, so watching both of those Venom movies,
I hope they
mention Clintar and all that. They don't say Clintar, but they're like
his home planet or whatever.
He's from another planet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, please.
So you could do Kroll. The whole like we all share like a group memory thing. They talk about that.
I would not hate them putting Knoll in the movie, but I would rather Knoll be in a Marvel movie, because I don't trust Sony to do things. I
don't trust Sony to do anything.
Yeah, nor should we. They haven't earned that. They don't deserve
the first Venom was not the worst movie I ever saw, but it was bad. The second Venom was worse.
The second one was, man. I watched the first one.
But hey, Carnage looked cool.
Yeah.
Carnage and Havoc looked cool.
I watched the first one with Stacy because she was like, well, I want to watch the first one in full. Like, she started and stopped the first one. Said, I want to watch it before I watch the second one. I'm like, if you didn't make it through the first one because you were like, I'm out, why would you? It's like, because it's on the Fire Stick and it's free. I'm like, touche. Or you could spend the next hour and some change or 2 hours of your life watching something good. She was like, well, I want to do this. I'm like, well, you do you, ma'am. You do you. And I just stared Kevin Samuel Lee and walked away. So I came back in the room at parts of Let There Be Carnage, and I was like, nope. No.
Yeah,
9.
But like I said, at least
Carnage looked cool.
So did Havoc. Havoc was in that movie, right?
Carnage is that's always been my thing with Carnage. Like, I thought Carnage was awesome, and then I stopped being 12. And Carnage is a really cool drawing.
there's been dope Carnage stories. US of Carnage was cool.
I'll give you that one. Okay, I'll give you that one.
And there was because I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't want to get demonetized in any way.
Okay.
I am not of full sound mind, so I can't think of what this other story is. But there is another one.
Nigga, I know you don't mean Maximum Carnage because no.
Was it Maximum Carnage?
Nigga, that's the first one. And that was 4 issues. Is that expressed into like 15. And then the Avengers show up at
Was that the one where he kept like turning other people into Carnages?
No. I think are you talking a Minimum Carnage where he got into people's bloodstreams? I think no. Oh no, you're thinking of the last major Carnage story. You're thinking of the one where I know
yeah. I don't remember what that shit was called.
Was it Absolute Carnage? Ultimate Carnage? You think
it might have been Absolute.
The Donny Cates one, right? Absolute Carnage.
Yeah, it might have been Absolute Carnage.
Something to know. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I'll give you that one too. I'll give you those two. Fair enough. He's got 2 stories that I would recommend to people. Mainly, I just recommend. Mainly I recommend Absolute Carnage because Maximum Carnage. It was of its. If you want to know what the 90s were like in a microcosm, go read that story. It is literally a story that could have taken place in 4 issues that were stretched out to nearly 15 or something like that, counting tie-ins, and nothing happens for like 3 to 4 issues of literally nothing happening, plus tie-ins of nothing happening. Then something significant happens, 4 more issues of nothing happening. Then the end finally happens, and it's like, oh, that was anti-quality.
Quality.
Meanwhile, like the story keeps telling you, Carnage has killed almost 100,000 New Yorkers, and it's like, yo, there's a whole planet of superheroes. How did nigga rack up the body count?
How does he keep murdering people?
Yeah, like they're a whole X-Men like a jet flight away. The Fantastic Four live.
Like, why is no one doing anything about this red man murdering hundreds of thousands of people?
He's got
why
followers
are you letting
that
him
are
do this?
Well, that's because he had followers that were rioting in the streets, Ben. The police had to deal with regular people. You can't have Captain America.
Yeah, where the superheroes at?
Just punch regular people. That's abuse of his Avengers power. Just punching rioters. Apparently, he has to let them beat their. He has to let them beat their neighbors to death. Ben, it's unfair if he fights them. Gotta let the cops.
Yeah, that's a stupid story.
Yeah, it was very dumb. Very 90s. Very cool drawings. Very dumb story.
Yep. But looking forward to the Thor.
Oh yes, yeah. Back to that. That's just fire.
So DC Multimedia wants to restructure. So DC, which is now owned by Discovery.
Mm-hmm. But they merged into one or the whatever. Yeah, for all intents and purposes,
Discovery. Warner Discovery.
It's Warner Discovery, something like that. Yeah. Sounds
so Discovery owns a bunch of shit now.
They're the masters of reality television.
Probably not a good thing, guys. Like monopolies and all that.
It's not a monopoly because Disney has the other half of the universe. So there are 2 companies that own.
I think
and Jeff Bezos owns some stuff.
Yeah, Amazon owns a bunch of stuff. It's probably going to own more. Speaking of Amazon, when we get to wrestling, I want people to understand this. When it comes to like AEW and WWE, when those contracts are up, Amazon's going to throw the bag at both of them. Like, they're going to try to grab one of those 2 companies because Amazon is like, we want content.
Yes,
but that's neither here nor there. I just like that's going to happen, but doesn't mean they're going to get them at all. But I can see Amazon be like, hey, here's like $500 million, Tony Khan. Would you like to put your wrestling on Prime?
$500 million. Yeah. You mean
$500 million? I said $500
million. I'm about to say like $500 million.
Yeah. $500,000. Tony Khan looking like.
I mean, I'll keep it a buck if they start live streaming Dynamite and Rampage and stuff like that on Amazon. Then I will because I shop there often enough to make it worth it, and they have like content I want to watch. So I was going to get like my year. Yeah, you've been telling me for years. I'll get my free trial and I chill.
Hey man, that shit is so convenient.
When they give me my 30 days, they make so much money that they usually end up extending me like 2 more free trials directly thereafter. So I see them again. They'll holler at me by the summer. They know what I do. Books is coming.
It's very convenient.
It's dumbly convenient.
2 days.
Horribly immoral company. I'm destroying the
horribly immoral
order. By the way, we are willing to be paid Amazon AEW shields.
We are.
We
Very
are for
specific
sale.
standards, though.
Right.
Very, very specific.
We will never we will never advertise job openings for Amazon plants, but we will order products and tell people to buy them.
I will never suggest someone working at Amazon plant.
Never.
I will never. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm just don't do that. Like, if they open one of your where you live, don't. If you love yourself, don't do that.
You got to love yourself more. You have to love yourself more and respect yourself enough to sell crack instead.
Yes, don't do that.
Do not work at Amazon. Sell fentanyl. Sell fentanyl to your neighbors and destroy your community ethically.
Want to change your life? My best advice: a brick of fentanyl. Moving on. So yeah, DC's trying to restructure.
Yeah, they want to basically
and have
literally at this point they basically said, without saying, we want to be Marvel, how it's a separate studio that's under Disney. We want DC to be its own in-house thing where there's vertical. We want it set apart and vertical integration at every step. So we want the TV shows on CW, all of that. We want the streaming stuff on Max. We want the movie aspect, and we want the comics all under one creative vision and to be synergized, which Marvel more or less does. You can argue the comics to a certain degree. As a comic
kind of do what they
kind of like people like me and Ben probably feel like there's way too much synergy happening between the MCU and the comics because you niggas are not. I don't know anyone in my personal life who's gone, hey, I really enjoyed that Avengers. Jonesy, can I come to a comic shop with you to buy Avengers products and comics? I have friends who own shops, worked at shops for decades, literally decades. They've seen this stuff be super niche to where the only people that were coming in were people like me and Ben, to maybe occasionally once every 6 months, some mom coming in being like, excuse me, my son likes the Black Spider-Man. Do you got some Spider-Verses in here? Once every 6 months, maybe. So maybe don't mess with the 40 plus years of books I like on the off chance that somebody's grandma is going to show up around Christmas looking for the Black Spider-Mans. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast unto itself. But yeah, they want the synergy and they want a unified vision, because if we're just being honest, DC's whole plan was like, hey, that worked over there. Cool. Let's just do shit. Well, that's not how any of that, like, that's not how, like, even under Perlmutter, who was like, by all accounts, a tyrant and an asshat, who we could have got Black Panther movies and female-led movies way earlier if he wasn't like, no one cares about blacks and vaginas, especially black vaginas. Ew. Like Kevin Feige, there was a general vision. There was even when it was like, okay, you had Kevin Feige's crew, you had Perlmutter, who was like, I will support whoever costs me the least amount of money, and then you had Jeff Loeb, over there doing his Agents of Shields bullshit or whatever, and that horrible knockoff Constantine show that they tried to pass for a Damon Hellstrom show.
I didn't watch a single second. Oh no,
bro! I watched the first episode. I watched the first episode about 75% of the way through, and I was like, "Yo, I wanted this to succeed. I want Midnight Suns to be a thing. There's no excuse. There's no reason why they cannot succeed within the MCU, especially after Multiverse of Madness drops. That can definitely happen, but at the same time, the budget wasn't there. It made that actual Constantine show that used to come on ABC or wherever look like damn Game of Thrones peak level of effects and stuff by comparison. Like, God dang, what are you doing here? But yeah, DC wants to tighten the ship. They realize, I love the quote of how they realize Superman has been massively devalued and underutilized, and that they have many other, they've noticed the success they've had with their less defined characters within the public eye. Although I do think it's hilarious that they consider Harley Quinn and Joker especially to be second tier DC characters, which is like, that's funny because
two of your most popular characters by far.
You know, Harley Quinn is basically at this point the third pillar of DC. People be like, no, it's one. Yeah. It's the Trinity. It's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. No, it's Harley Quinn. No, it's Harley Quinn. Is
more people know who the fuck Harley Quinn is than they know who Wonder Woman is.
Most people can't tell you Wonder Woman's real identity. Diana.
Or that song. Yes. Or that song.
That song is.
I didn't even hate that movie. I was just like, why did you are trying like so hard?
Wonder Woman 84 was like, bruh,
no, that movie is terrible.
I didn't hate it nearly as much as y'all did. Like me and Stacy watched it. We were like, it was a movie we saw. It was fine. It could have been better. It could have been much better.
It could have been it could have been a different. It could have not existed.
It could have not. Damn. Come on, man. That should be reserved for shit like, I don't know, Batman with the nipples and the codpiece.
I thought you like
I like Batman and Robin.
Forever?
Batman and Robin, I actually like Batman and Robin unironically because I know what it's trying to do. I know what it's doing.
I would have liked it better if Marlon Wayans had actually been Robin.
Oh, you know what?
I would have liked it so much more.
That would have been perfect.
That actually happened. You know, he got paid for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like he still receives royalty checks.
Mm-hmm.
Like how does that happen?
Because so I'm not like super. I can't go into the go deep in the weeds on this. But if you're a member of the Screen Actors Guild and it's a union job for us, if you film a certain amount in a day, they have to pay you.
Yeah.
And whether or not they use your footage that you did, you have to get credit and you have to get compensation long term from the studio. So from Batman, it was Forever. Yeah, he was supposed to be Robin in Forever.
No, Robin.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Robin.
No, Batman Forever. Batman Forever.
Yeah. So he actually came on film, suited up, did filming, and then they were like, we're gonna go in a different direction. He's talked about it. He's like, I was kind of disappointed. He's like, dodge that bullet though. He still got paid. Freed himself up to do some other stuff. Yeah.
Because Marlon is actually a good actor, except he doesn't care to do that. He legitimately just doesn't care to do that.
Hey man, my nigga said I got Requiem for a Dream out. I got that Oscar buzz, and now I'm Gucci. I will
never do this again.
I did my art acting, and it took a lot out of me spiritually.
One time.
And now me and my brother got a TV show, and we're gonna ride that out. Then we're gonna do scary movie.
And now I'm gonna just make really bad Netflix movies.
The bag has been stupidly secured though. Him and Adam Sandler, smartest guys in the room. Like you can talk all.
Also, Adam Sandler, really good actor.
Talk all that artsy fartsy shit. I'll give you that Uncut Gems. Look, I'll give you a Punch Drunk Love and an Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Every
nigga ain't every couple of years. Every 10.
Every 5 to 10 years. I'm remind you niggas who I am. And then I'm gonna go and Kate.
Nigga, there's a 10-year gap between Punch Drunk Love, which is excellent, and Uncut Gems, which is also excellent, but for different reasons.
Right. Bro, I can't wait for the grown-ups movie that's gonna take place when they're like grandparents. And Adam Sandler's gonna be like, yo, y'all want to go on vacation again? I respected this nigga. He's at a point in Hollywood where he's like, I do stuff I kind of believe in or I want to do, but I just like vacationing with my friends. So I set movies like, hey, y'all want to go to Sri Lanka next year? All right. Me, Chris Rock, and all my buddies, we're going to Sri Lanka and we're going to do Grown Up 17.
Chris Rock be in the movies.
The Empty Nest or whatever it's going to be called when all the kids graduate.
They're definitely going to do a slap joke in the next Grown Ups movie.
Oh, damn. They really are, aren't they? That's kind of
They're 100%. 100%. 100%. So moving on. So I looked into this. You put Gundam Wing remake. It's not a remake.
The Gundam. Oh, they're just remastering it.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm even less excited than I was before. I mean, I was excited because I'm like, this looks really good. There's a story in Gundam Wing that is worth exploring. That could be truly amazing because Gundam at its best deals with politics and all of that, and all of that stuff is there already. But then we get caught up with like the sad emo boyfriend main character bullshit. So
emo boy.
We're not going to. All I'm saying is, if you drop Hiro Yui into an episode of Wolf's Rain, you wouldn't notice a difference.
Sad, suicidal child soldier boy.
Hey, Iron Blooded Orphans did it right though.
They did. Mika, absolute sociopath.
Excuse me.
I have no problem murdering lots of people.
All because you said to do it. I had no purpose in life before I met you. So
you told me to murder him. Keep telling me to murder people. Mostly because I like murdering people, but also because I ain't really good at nothing else. So please, I just want to kill people.
Orga said on site. So it's
Yes.
on site, nigga.
Yes.
By the
Pizza
way,
is-
would you two women like to have my children? I feel like I'm going to die soon.
Yes, we're going to have an anti-grav threesome.
That was wild. This nigga was like, yo, by the way, I'm not going to live to like 17, so we might as well get these kids off now. Yo, what, bro?
Nigga, time is short.
Damn.
I'm like 15. Like, I'm about to die. Y'all want to have a threesome?
Any day now. They got my nigga Biscuit last week. None of us is safe out here in these streets. Bruh.
Everybody died.
Bruh, fuck that bitch ass nigga Kujan Lock then, now, forever. That nigga has to go. He has to go.
Kill children.
He
got children.
A ship of women and children. He was like, yo, I got to get this promotion off. I'm going to genocide. How about genocide? Like, no, nigga, how about not? And still didn't get promoted. Bitch ass nigga. I'm talking about this dude like he a real person. That's how good Iron Blood Orphans is. You care about these characters.
Watch Iron Blood Orphans.
R.I.P. my nigga Biscuit, the GOAT, the greatest big brother in the history of anime.
Yes. Go watch Iron Blooded Orphans if you haven't. Watch another Gundam if you haven't, because Gundam Wing is actually not that good.
It's the big introduction it's the big introduction that a lot of us had.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nostalgia goggles.
Watch any of the other ones.
Do you think it's better or worse than Seed? Like, I didn't hate Seed, but Seed to me was like, y'all are really like
Seed has better designs.
They went full new type, and I was like, yo, I get new types. I understand what you're going for with this. I thought I like 00 more than Seed, but I get why Seed.
I got a Dynamis fucking Gundam Dynamis fucking
the model kit
that I haven't finished right over here. So yeah, I like Seed, but I like the design.
It's cool. Like, I mean, Seed basically was. You know what? 00 is like Wing redone, and then Seed is like 0079 or 0079 redone.
Yeah,
Even I mean, both kind of do.
Or if you want to watch wacky, ridiculous
nonsense, Gundam, it is Street Fighter with mechs.
It's 100% just Street Fighter.
And when I say Street Fighter, I mean, you know what? It's not even Street Fighter with mechs. It's Punch Out with mechs because it leans full into the racism. We're going full stereotypes.
Yes, it does.
Chibbity, Mother Flushing Crockett. Chibbity Crockett is an American named Chibbity Crockett who wears like a tassel cowboy jacket, has a Gundam Maxter. His Gundam is the Maxter Gundam.
Which boxer football player.
Yes. The boxing pads come off and become football and become boxing gloves. Has a football helmet, and his shield becomes a surfboard that he flies around on.
You have the Mexican Gundam, which has a sombrero.
The tequila. It's called African Tequila Gundam.
It's called the Tequila Gundam.
Tequila Gundam. It is shaped like a cactus, and it has a sombrero.
And one of them shawl things.
Yes, it has a poncho.
Yeah, it has a
African
poncho.
Gundam which is just a zebra.
Yes.
The Gundam of Zimbabwe is just a zebra.
No. It's a zebra printed
bushman. Oh yeah, it's a bushman. It's a bush nigga with a zebra epaulet on one shoulder.
And a spear and a shield.
A spear and a shield.
Oh, that shit was so racist.
And while both are metal,
the French Gundam.
While both are
Napoleon.
Metal, it's Napoleon. The French Gundam is literally Napoleon. The Gundam Rose, and he throws roses. And his and the pilot is an effeminate Frenchman.
Yes, who's in love with a child.
Because yes. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, who's in love with a child.
That was a thing. That was that was a thing.
Was so ridiculous. Oh, that show was so fucking ridiculous.
You can't make this shit up.
Oh man, that show was so fucking ridiculous. Then you had the Japanese Gundam that was Sailor Moon, basically.
Nope. That was actually
China.
The Swedish Gundam. The Gundam Meister for that was Allenby, because of course that's a Swedish woman's name. Why not? But yeah, you would think that the Japanese Gundam would have been.
No, the Japanese Gundam was Damo.
Was Hero? Yeah, was Hero. The burning Gundam.
Not Hero, Damo. His name is Damo.
Domon Kashu.
Domon Kashu, yeah.
Yeah, Domon, whose brother...
Have you seen this man?
His brother was a ninja named Schwarz Bruder, If you know
who worked for Germany
Black
for some
brother
reason.
who lost his memory but didn't regain him. Like, halfway through the show, it becomes Speed Racer. By the way, where it's just like,
Yes,
oh,
yes. So 100%, he's Racer X. Like
yes,
it just
he's
becomes
Racer X.
Speed
He's Racer X. He's Racer X. He pilots. He crashes it on Earth, gets lost, ends up in Germany, becomes their Gundam pilot, and fighting for them
Somehow.
in the world tournament.
Nobody asked questions.
And his Gundam, he dresses like a Nazi ninja. I'm not joking. And
He
his
literally
robot,
dresses like a Nazi ninja.
His robot is also a Nazi ninja robot. It is
Yes.
problematic,
Mate,
to say the
why
least.
did I have a question? So Germany was like, hey, random Japanese man,
Yes.
none of us have ever seen before. Here is
Word.
our technology and our giant mobile suit to win the battle for the supremacy of the planet.
to control
Like,
the planet and the colonies where it's way better. It's like, yo, so listen, I see what y'all doing with the Nazi robot, right? But what if also
he's
ninja?
a ninja.
Also ninja. And they were like, he is now the king of Germany. This man is now the king of Germany. This Japanese man is the new Kaiser. Oh, it was called the Kaiser. It was called the Kaiser Gundam too.
It was the Kaiser.
Oh god
the
damn.
Norwegian Gundam was a Viking ship.
Yup. That is amazing.
I feel like we go through these every few years.
Every few years we bring this back up on the podcast, and it's like, no, we need to preserve this for posterity. The world needs to understand this was a thing that happened.
You need to watch
and we allowed
G Gundam. It was amazing. You had the God Gundam and the Devil Gundam.
Speaking of the God Gundam, I have this mini SD version of him in his golden mode with his burning hand.
Which, by the way,
yes.
I
in
like
Japan, this was called the Kami Gundam, not the burning Gundam. In Japan, like Ben said, this is the God Gundam or the Kami Gundam.
It was straight up called the God Gundam in Japan. I like to call him the early version in the show, the Jesus Gundam. And then he basically evolves into the God Gundam.
He started flying.
Yes.
he grew wings.
Well, no. Remember Jesus Gundam, which I totally forgot what it was actually called.
Shining Gundam. He had Shining Finger. Yes. The Jesus Gundam died, resurrected, and came back
as God.
Came back as the God. Yes, Gundam. Literally came back as the God Gundam and was like, yo.
Yes, that's literally
I
believe the Gundam evolved. I believe that was what happened. No,
the Gundams, they unlocked the gold mode on them. Yeah, they sent the God Gundam, and then within the God Gundam, he unlocked the ability of the burning finger, which was a whole hand, by the way. He just crushes the heads like Baron.
That was the whole thing. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Yeah. He did. And then the Gundams became sentient and alive once they like synchronized with the soul of their pilot. They can enter this golden mode where they've gained sentience. It's Super Saiyan. Like the Gundams go.
Have you seen this man?
It's amazing.
Have you seen this man? As I'm crushing your skull,
right,
possibly killing you. Have you seen this random nigga?
Bruh, he's doing his finishing move. He's doing the death claw with one hand, and he's holding a picture.
And turning on the call.
Have you seen this man?
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, the dudes be looking at him like, I don't know what you want from me. There's explosions happening around him.
At the beginning of the show.
Like the dude,
he was so mad all the time.
Imagine this crazy Japanese dude just crushing your robot's head, right? And your cockpit there's explosions around you. Your cockpit's exploding. You might actually be dying. And the last memory you have on this earth is this bug-eyed like kung fu fighting dude screaming at you. Have you seen this man? Where is he? Like, yo, bro, this is not how my life was supposed to end. This is not how I saw this happening.
Oh man, dog.
Like,
you know what?
I'm sure you're prepared to die in this Mortal Kombat robot tournament, but this is probably not how you thought it was going to go.
Like, because he did kill some people. Like, he just didn't kill the Shuffle 5, which is also a thing. There was also like a Power Rangers thing in this too.
And then they became like the new
Shuffle 5 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But also, you know what's funny is I didn't realize this at the time. That show ripped off so many shows. It ripped off Fist of North Star.
Fist of North Star immediately.
Ripped off Berserk.
All the little quick punches like that. Outside of the
it ripped off Berserk. It ripped off Speed Racer.
Yes, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like, literally Street Fighter. Like, Saint Seiya, because remember they used to have the golden armor and they had that turn.
Oh god, it did rip off Saint Seiya. Jesus Christ, she got them shameless dog.
Them niggas was with gusto.
Domo just looked like a smaller Guts, sorta. Like you look at him, he had the whole fist of the Ghost Star.
Yeah. He had Gut
Dog.
Scar. He had the old Kenshiro style cape, and he had Goku or Bardock's hair. He looked like Bardock because he had the red bandana, the Ryu bandana.
Yes. Dog, it didn't click until I got older just now. Like, wait, nigga, this is like 7 shows
in one. And that's why it's so great, kids. That should be your
I gotta go back and watch these.
Yeah, I gotta go back at least once a year, I just go back on YouTube and randomly like just start watching episodes during the summer. Like, yo, this is fire. I forgot how fire this show was. People are like, this is the worst Gundam ever. Like, you, sir, are a heathen who lacks taste.
You don't like fun.
Right. You need to refine your monkey brain, sir. You need to refine your monkey brain.
I'm not watching this for no, like, if I want to watch a Gundam that gives me fucking stuff, it won't be that.
I'm not here for a deep examination of the cost of war and the human condition. I'm here to watch this dude angrily grab another robot and put a giant burning fist through it while like saying some demanding, killing a dude while demanding, have you seen my brother? Like, yeah.
Swerve Strickland. Sammy Guevara has been unsanitary with the TNT title. So I'll go for the world title.
Yeah, we can cover that in the end. Matter of fact,
but that's where we're going now.
Transition, because that is what we have show notes now, y'all. We have show notes. We are pros.
Yeah. So AEW is the best. The end. No.
We are paid, unpaid AEW shields soon to be. I can't do that. Zach Gibson soon to be paid AEW shields. Black is the new.
I want to be clear, like because on Twitter I've been accused of being an AEW shield. I actually got into like a back and forth.
Oh, yo,
and my response to him about that was, don't nobody fucking pay me, dog. Like, I'm not a shield. You are wrong. I don't shit, dog. You can ask Jonesy. There is not large chunks. There are chunks of the show I do not enjoy.
When he doesn't like something on the show, it becomes the topic of the group chat, whether we respond to it or not.
Like, yes, I'm gonna get my fucking thoughts.
He's gonna kick them takes off. The moment Dan Lambert exists, and then Ben's like, "Fuck, this show is ruined."
Dan Lambert, his name.
The Gun Club shows up. This nigga told me I didn't want to see the Gun Club. Last time we went to Battle of the Bells of Charlotte, you were like, "You don't want to see the Gun Club. You're just being." This nigga told me I was being contrarian because he didn't like them. I'm like, I like the Gun Club. You're like, why? Name one thing you like about them. I'm like, they're fun. You're like, no, they're not. That's invalid. Next, I'm like, how you gonna tell me what I enjoy, nigga?
You don't look. You don't actually enjoy the Gun Club.
Here he goes.
Nah, they're okay. They had
their job. They're mid-card heels.
They're not as bad. Like at the time I said this, they sucked. They're okay now.
They're mostly the same to me, in ring wise at least.
They are okay. They've had matches that I didn't hate, mostly because they wrestled FTR.
That is the most credit he's going to give them.
Yes, nigga.
Until they wake up, they have to wake up tomorrow and be.
Billy Gunn has done weird racist shit in the past, man. I don't.
Wait, what? Okay.
With DX,
I don't not believe.
Yeah.
In his defense, it was the 90s and everybody was doing weird racist shit. I mean, South Park should have been. Nigga, we came up in an era of like.
He ain't Road Dogg. Okay, cool. He's not Road Dogg. Fuck Road Dogg. Like, he's a racist. But anyway,
he can't be racist. He's best friends with K Quick, R-Truth, and Ron the Truth Killers.
You were gonna make me say something about a pillar
of the black wrestling community.
Of black wrestling, like a legendary black wrestler. I don't really want to say on the show.
NWA World Champion, man. Only black man to have held the NWA World Championship.
And they will bring that up every February, like they should be proud of that, even though they've existed in some form or fashion for like 70 years. But, you know, whatever.
Bruh.
Fuck NWA.
All I'm saying is stop being cowards and put that belt on Darius Lockhart.
They didn't even sign Darius Lockhart. Nigga, he don't work there. He said he a free agent. He don't actually work there.
Ricky should go back and take it.
Ricky is never going.
Ricky's never going back. Ricky's never going back.
But yeah, so AEW
was dope.
I am. Yeah,
not
an AEW
with,
show.
Forbes.
Yeah.
Look at that buried talent going to Forbes and getting profiles done on him.
I don't want to go back into this. I don't want to go back
Yeah,
into
we're not.
this.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Let's
gonna.
not.
I'm not going down the path of arguing.
We covered
bad
that
faith.
well. We've covered that well within the confines of our show. How we feel about that.
I'm not going down the path of bad faith. Y'all niggas are lames and want to suck off Vince McMahon. So, yeah, I don't.
This man said, "Y'all want to suckle from the teat of Vincent Kennedy McMahon."
The guy who on TV called you a nigger. He did that.
Well, nope. He said nigga, and he said John Cena was his nigga.
Big difference.
For the one guy, that's for the guy in the comments going to be like, "You're creating a false narrative."
I'm not about to run down the racist shit that WWE is
WWE, WCW had Ole Anderson's uber racist ass in charge of booking for many years.
WCW made Ron Simmons the champion to try to avoid being called racist.
Not even that.
Like, they literally were like, Ron Simmons, you want to be champion? You're champion now.
I don't even think it was what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even think it was the hit. Like literally his name came out of a raffle. Like
but like not a real raffle.
No, it's like they put their hands in the hat and pulled it out. Like I do legit believe
that shit was work.
You said it was a work. That's the story.
Yeah, that shit was work. But anyway, because anybody was about to beat Vader, like just random, like any of them were going to be Vader. No, like that wasn't work.
Hey, it's a nice story. It's a nice story.
It's a nice story. That's a lot. But yeah. So we got AEW Dynamite. That's in an hour. We're also possibly. I do not take this to the bank. I do not know. This is the rumor going around on the internet, which kind of tracks with a lot of things. Doesn't mean it's an announcement tonight, though. That does not mean it's an announcement tonight. But
yep.
AEW.
My bet is on a streaming deal or on Ring of Honor getting a TV deal because apparently he's been talking to Warner about where they can place. I'm telling you, man, 6:05 Saturdays, TBS, the mothership, baby, bring it back.
Put that shit on True TV.
Why put it there? You already have a built-in audience.
Nigga, they got a bunch of channels. I don't know.
I know. Why not put it on the channel? You put your damn wrestling on, Ben. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be
on True TV.
Who the fuck's like, True TV. That's where I go to watch wrestling and
True TV, 2 p.m. on Tuesdays. True
MMA and stuff. Yo, what happened to that MMA brand that they used? Was it one? Yeah, one that they used to put on after.
It's on TNT still. So no, is it TNT?
Or USA? It used to come on TNT after
I think
Dynamite went off. So now it's just following the NHL then. Okay, that makes sense.
I think.
That makes sense.
I know ONE FC is on somebody's channel. I don't know. And I don't even think they still are, actually. I don't know what they're streaming did. I don't know. Because for a while they were doing it through Bleacher Report. Like, you just log on to Bleacher Report and watch it. I don't know what ONE FC shit is, but we might be getting a New Japan AEW show. I won't even say Mike because I think we're getting that show anyway. I think we're getting that supercard regardless of what his announcement is tonight. I think we're getting that supercard. Apparently it's going to be called Forbidden Door, which is actually dope because that's where the term Forbidden Door.
Yeah, it's where shout out to the originator Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yes.
Tana the God to you heathens.
Yes, the God, the ace, Tanahashi.
Who I still want to wrestle John Cena. Nobody else does. It makes so much sense.
John Cena is no longer a pro wrestler. He's an actor. He's an actor.
He's a thespian who makes dick jokes.
He's a thespian. He's a thespian who made a show about him being a crass jackass.
It was phenomenal. And we love him for it. You love to see it. Good for you, Jono.
Yes. My wife finds him incredibly unattractive. It's hilarious to me.
You said unattractive? Is it
unattractive? Because he's so fucking large. She's like, that is not attractive. How big he is.
You know what's weird? My wife says that about like large men too. Like,
yeah, like she's like, being that muscular is not attractive.
That's a high. It just reasons high threat factor to me. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what that says about me as your husband, but alrighty.
She ain't wear. I'm fat. So, but according to the television, very broad shoulders, which I did not realize I look like.
Yeah, this dude did not recognize himself in the crowd on the playback of the Dynamite we went to in Columbia. He was actually at my house. We were watching it we were watching Rampage before the Ring of Honor Supercard joint. And he was like, I don't see us. I'm like, nigga, you're right there. That's how I spot us in the crowd. I see you. He's like, do I look like that? I'm like, nigga, have you looked in the mirror?
Nigga, I'm not aware that my shoulders are that wide.
Yes, you're very broadly shouldered man. I am not. I'm slight of frame.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Look forward to this card. Hopefully we get really dope matchups. Like Hangman versus Okada. I really want Hangman versus Okada. Please give me Hangman versus Okada.
I want Hangman versus Okada, but I also kind of more so want to see Hangman and Jay White, but like I would like Hangman. I want to see Hangman and Jay White just because the internet, there's a certain portion of the internet that's like Jay White is mid and Hangman has been having and when they have the banger match, I know they would have. I want to see how they're gonna rearrange the
I really don't understand the Jay White is mid thing because like
he wrestles.
Have you not watched his wrestling?
Like a methodical kid. Right. That's the thing. Like you not watch his excursion in Ring of Honor and other places when he was working as a babyface and doing all the moves that you niggas like. And then he became a heel and stopped doing all the moves and slowed matches down. But he gives the babyface their shine to get their shit off, to get the crowd back into it, and then he cuts it off at the perfect moment to make you angry again. It's called psychology.
Like the match with Shooter.
Oh, yes.
Which was pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. I
got the match with Swerve.
I got to finish Windy City Ride. Yeah. Oh, that match with Swerve was great too. The cutoff of Swerve's heat during that match was woo. Yes.
Yes, this is what Jay White does. He is purposely making the match slow. That is the point of what he does.
And he paces it properly. But yeah, anyway, like.
But yeah.
I want all the dream matches on that. Man,
is CM Punk versus Tanahashi?
I want to see Moxley versus Shingo.
I think we get Moxley versus Tanahashi. Because Moxley's been angling for that Tanahashi match.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I'm pretty sure that.
Nigga, remember he said something about it. He said something about it when we were at. Was that a Dynamite? We were at the Dynamite before CM Punk showed up.
Yeah, that one.
And he did that promo talking about Tanahashi. Yep. He was still New Japan USA champion.
US champ at the time.
Yeah. And he challenged Tanahashi. And that was like a year and a half ago. So I think that Tanahashi match is happening. Hey man, let Will Ospreay come over here and wrestle like
Nick Wayne. That would be awesome, actually.
Word.
All seriousness.
I would love Ospreay
because Dick Hill Ospreay is going to really lay in those hidden blades on that young fella.
But what about Ospreay versus Swerve?
Oh yes, I would love to see Ospreay versus Swerve. That'd be crazy.
Or Ospreay versus Adam Cole, even though the internet for some reason doesn't like Adam Cole. I don't understand.
Well, I would say that the internet didn't like him because he left, but that's just the E-drones. I've seen anti-Adam Cole sentiment all the way back to Ring of Honor, which I think is hilarious. Like,
he's not always been my cup of tea, but he is very good. I didn't like him. Kind of when he was Fat King Cole. I wasn't a fan of like when he was kind of fat.
PWG champ and first Fat King Cole Ring of Honor title run. First time I saw Cole was in like 2015 Ring of Honor when he came back from like a long layoff injury and like
lost a bunch of weight.
The Kingdom. Yeah, he lost a bit of weight and the Kingdom came back and I was like, oh, this is cool. I know who this Mike Bennett dude is. That he's fine. That tag team they're fine. Hey, who's this third guy that's with him? Oh, I like this guy. This guy's cool. It was the music, the Adam Cole thing. He was like a sleazeball Panama City playboy. I was like, hey, this guy's cool. I like this guy. And he can go. I liked him from the first time I saw him. And he's the only thing I cared about when it came to Kingdom matches. Because I was like, yo, you can take Taven and Bennett. And matter of fact,
you can take Taven and like launch him into space. Shingo versus Miro.
Bennett can stay on the planet, but Taven gotta go.
Shingo versus Miro.
Ooh, actually, yes. No.
Meaty men slapping meat.
I need to see Ishii versus Miro because Miro does his best work when he has a smaller guy to work with.
Ishii, man.
Ishii's not a small dude. He's like
slowing down, man. He's slowing down, man.
but he's
like I watched that
he wants
match
smart style.
with Suzuki
The one from Windy
and
City.
yeah, wasn't it?
This man has been working at an incredible clip for decades.
I'm
So
not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
no,
I'm not
I get what you're
like,
saying,
yeah.
but it is the reality. Like you can't. You know what it reminds me of? When Nagata had first started slowing down in the early 2010s, but he was still like in these higher profile matches. And like you could see when he was out there with a Tanahashi or a Nakamura or a my other dude Shibata, how it was like these guys are just in their prime, and there's a way your body moves differently. He still works for even today. Like the match he had with Moxley. Didn't we see that one for the U.S. title?
No, we saw.
Oh, that was on TV.
That wasn't even on TV. That was on a pay per view.
Oh yeah, that was no. He fought Kojima on pay per view. He fought what's called on Dynamite. But anyway,
it wasn't on TV. It wasn't on. It was on TV then.
But yeah, like even in that match with Moxley,
we didn't see Moxley wrestle.
The man's body. Yeah, we saw Lance Archer defend against Hikuleo. Why the hell is that nigga so large? But anyway,
I mean, his family is all
like he's the small. Right. He's the smallest of he's the youngest of Haku's sons.
And he's the smallest, but he's the biggest of.
Yeah, he's the tallest of them,
but he's the youngest.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you 7 foot? You got because Archer is almost legit 7 feet. He was looking down on Lance Archer's forehead, like, I'm going to take your belt, small man. Like shit. Then when we saw them in the arena, I think we said this on the last podcast after the Dynamite we went to, but like when you see people in person, it hits different. Like I completely.
When we got better seats.
Of when you walk through. Like when you're walking through the parking lot, I want people to look at you and go, wow, what the hell? Like I get why Vince says that. Even though Buddy Murphy is probably my height, I walk by that nigga in Walmart. I'm apologizing for encroaching upon his oxygen.
That's a big man that probably wears very small shirts.
Why are you so large, sir?
He probably wears the smallest of shirts.
Did you leave any protein on the aisles for the rest of us humans? Like, if we lived in a cave society, Buddy Murphy would be mating with all of the women and rationing us out small portions of berries and leftover entrails. The best meat is for him. He will be
very large man.
He will be Vandal Savage.
Speaking of which, I hope he gets into Owen because they've only done one match for the men's Owen?
For the men's,
I think they're doing the second one tonight.
Samoa Joe qualified. Yeah, they're gonna do.
That's it.
Jungle Boy and I think O'Reilly should win. O'Reilly wins, qualifies.
Christian probably turns tonight.
You said think Christian's going to turn? Why?
Yeah, I mean it's getting to time, but we'll see.
Like time, like based upon what? I've seen that sentiment that Christian's supposed to turn.
I mean, it's been teased for a while.
They're not loose.
I mean, he's going to turn on them
at some point, but like other than we expect it to happen. Why? Like, there's nothing that's happened on screen that's justified.
Well, he did that whole like frustrated water.
Yeah, he was frustrated when he lost and walked away. He's frustrated. He lost. It's not like you guys made me look bad. You cost me the match.
We'll see. I mean, he is going to turn.
Yeah, he's going to turn. Like, I'm not denying that, man. He's going to turn. But it's like these people just want it because it's a wrestling trope. And I'm like, can we actually build that into a story first? Punk should turn heel against Hangman. You don't have to have either of them be heel. The crowd's going to be 50-50. Guess people like, oh, Hangman can't survive. Yeah, Hangman can't survive facing certain people because he's just not over enough. I'm like, and yet Danielson, despite his best efforts, could not be booed consistently. And the crowd was 50-50 cheering in both their matches, but Hangman was still cheered at the draw and at the win when he pinned him. Crowd went crazy unanimously. He's fine. He can survive. Here's the thing. If you can't survive being programmed with certain guys, then yeah, you're not actually that guy.
I mean, I think there's a legit chance Punk beats him, but I don't think it's a double or nothing.
Yeah. I think
he does it in Chicago.
Him. I think Punk beats MJF in Chicago.
No, because that would be a really, really, really short title reign for MJF. Because MJF would have to win it,
or maybe not
after
Chicago,
double or nothing.
I think that
he would have to win it after a double or nothing, and then I think, was it Full Gears in Chicago?
No, I don't know. Did they announce? They usually do double.
Their next pay.
No. They usually do All Out at Chicago. Double or nothing, All Out. Then you got the in between shows, so the belt doesn't necessarily have to change. They're not shy about changing the belt on TV. They've done it before. They could do it at like Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah,
The next
yeah. I know one belt they definitely should just get out of whatever they're doing with it because
yeah,
this is
let's go ahead
bad.
and transition into Battle of the Belts because I know you want to get these takes,
Uh,
get off these takes. You want to talk about
nah.
you want to talk about Satnam Singh first?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to Saddam Singh, he looked a lot better at Battle of
Yeah,
the Belts than he did.
I'll be real.
Um,
That is what it should have been.
yeah.
In my
Uh,
head, like, okay, I'm gonna do the thing I always talk shit about. I'm gonna armchair rebook something that's already happened.
I
Jay
think Tony
Lethal,
has already done that a bunch of times.
that yeah, Jay Lethal comes out, right? He's like, yo, they do the whole talking thing, but instead of talking, you know, they do the classic heel thing, right? Where they like one heel on one side, one heel on the other. And you know, Samoa Joe's not gonna back down because he's, you know, valiant babyface or whatever. Then they kind of like step down from, or they start jumping on Joe. Joe's fighting both of them off. You just see this huge fucking dude come down the aisle or come through the crowd, one way or the other. He enters the ring. You know, we've seen Joe get the better of these of Sanjay and Jay Lethal. So he, you know, Joe still looking strong. This dude one shots Joe, and you know, then they do a 3-man beatdown. But it's he's the game changer in that scenario where Joe was holding his own against two guys. He came in and completely recalibrated the situation. Plus, you still get to go, well, holy crap, look at this guy. Like Tony Khan said, the lights out thing, he wasn't feeling it. He didn't shoot it down, but he was like, okay, I'm new to this. You really think that's a good idea? Nobody shot it down. This guy's got 30 years of experience. I'm going to trust his expertise. You know, the thing the internet says that he must not do it all ever. Because, you know, there's no booking team. It's just Tony typing up and giving everybody notes and demanding they do things because y'all niggas are in boardrooms, apparently. But anyway,
yes.
When they had the production meeting, he was like, okay, nobody, any objections? Anybody else with experience? How do you feel? Oh, just the people who look at the size of him. On paper, it should have worked. In execution, it did not. I knew who he was because
I didn't.
Like, I did because like I keep. Well, I'm not like super into like all the signings and stuff, but they were like they signed this basketball player dude, and I saw a picture of him online. I was like, oh yeah, that guy's huge, and he's going to get trained, and we'll see. We'll see. I wonder how. I was actually thinking when they announced it like last year or whatever. I wonder how they're going to debut this guy. I wonder how he's going to take to the craft because being his size, it's very difficult to wrestle the way that crowd likes and that we expect big guys to anyway. But I do agree with your point that he looked way better at Battle of the Belts. His offense looked cleaner. He looked more comfortable.
It wasn't really even that. It's you presented him the way you probably should have presented him in the first place.
That part.
Having him pop up with the lights off, where people you advertise
right.
The extension.
That's for people we know. You know,
yeah, and
that's for people that the crowd knows.
You got Jay Lethal talking and all that. And people thought, oh, Cesaro. And then it's like this dude. And you're like, what? So, you know, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world because that was an excellent Dynamite. So it's not the end of the world. Right. People need to fucking relax.
And the show was over. They're getting canceled. Warner is going to shut them down for violence and for making people mad on Twitter, on the Twitter machine.
Because a woman runs TBS now. She's going to catch the vapors.
Oh, that is right. Yeah, she's going to catch the vapors.
The vapors.
I do declare a death match. Oh, speaking of which,
Texas death match. But yeah, so to start the show, they did Sammy versus Scorpio. Scorpio lost to Sammy. Yo, like get the TNT title away. Like this is bad.
It's going to be there because Sammy is now, they're turning Sammy heel, and Sammy's going to get major heel heat responses every week. I mean, the dude was at best getting 50-50 booed in Texas. It's time.
I understand that.
I know you hate it. This
is bad.
This is one of those things you hate.
Like, this is a title that Miro may feel like it was almost as important as the main title. Sammy himself, that in his first run.
Yes.
Yeah. Cody made it feel like, oh, this is almost as important as the main title. Darby defended the fuck out that title, was really good. Miro was fucking masterful as God's favorite champion. Mm-hmm. Sammy's first and second run, which once again, are they trying to get multiple runs? Like, I don't understand why he keeps losing.
I think it just fell. I think it just fell that way because the Cody stuff was kind of up in the air. And then literally
this last one was stupid.
This should have been the second
one?
Because he was supposed to beat Cody.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. It's gotten weird. It's gotten wonky. I'll give it that. My thing is, at the end of the day, I care about story. Did the match? If
This
the
is not
matches
even
are
a good
bangers,
story.
I mean, no. I said, but
Not
like,
even
if
a
the
good
matches
story.
are bangers with it, I'm cool with it. As long as I get a good story out of it. It's not right
Because
now.
what's going to happen is Scorpio's clearly winning this bag. They're probably turning Scorpio face. You could have done all that and not changed the belt again. I don't even care, like, from the whole, oh, he's black. I don't give a fuck about that. That is stupid. If you're worried about that, you're ignoring the fact they've had multiple black champions. Anyway, you've purposely ignored that because your narrative. But my issue is more.
We need to control our narrative.
No, we do not. Well, no, my issue is this whole thing is dumb. Like, all of this encompassing the TNT title, which there are better wrestlers than Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky who deserve a chance to touch gold in AEW. And to have it tied up, and I don't even mind if Scorpio had it for a little while, to have it tied up with I don't dislike Sammy. Sammy in the ring is very good. All this other shit Sammy doing, and I don't care that he's dating Tay Conti.
Yeah,
I want to make it clear.
Let's go ahead and address that.
I don't give a fuck about Tay Conti and Sammy.
That is a narrative
I
that
understand.
Most people, the narrative is that the people that are opposed to Sammy right now are turned on him because that's not us over here. We're not a bunch of
I don't give a fuck.
I'm celebrating a wedding anniversary today. I'm not a
nigga. I understand.
That's not what it's about.
I understand as a early 20, 25, 26. We are two attractive 25, 26-year-old people who are always around each other. I get it. I would try.
And even if you want to make some kind of moral argument about it, the former fiance she said, y'all don't know our lives. That is not what happened. Quit being weird and please stop tagging me, tweeting me, putting me into and leave them alone, you fucking weirdos. I'm friends with both of them. Like,
boom, right there. Do that. Leave them alone. I don't give a shit about that.
She's like, leave us alone. Like,
yeah.
What are they doing to you, Pam? Blink if you're being brainwashed by Illuminati and Tony Khan has bought your silence. Like, are you?
That is not my issue. My issue
that's not what we're here for. That's not the
Sammy,
issue.
Having this belt stay on him when Andrade probably should have won it. When you got other guys that like Andrade probably should have beat Sammy. Like when they had that one-on-one, Andrade probably should have won. That was the time. Now, I'm sure Andrade will eventually do something, but that should have been the time.
Andrade probably should have won that triple threat. That match was an effing banger.
He should have
everything in that match was leading to. I mean, it was an amazing recovery and win.
I was sure Andrade was going to win that triple threat.
Like that, they told a great story. And on one hand, Sammy was still beloved by the people at that point. So when he eked it out and won, it was like, no, like listen to the crowd pop. The crowd was hyped. They also probably would have popped for an Andrade or a Darby title win. But like they told a great story in that match. But also on one hand, I'm like, that match, I said in the group chat, I was like, that match should have been for the pay-per-view. But then we saw why the pay-per-view, you had Sting out here going, RIP my nigga New Jack, and just was like, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
But like Andrade probably should have won that or beaten Sammy straight up in a one-on-one. Because both of those matches were very good. It's just time, man. Like to have that belt, it's been devalued. And I
think that's putting a little too much of a point on it to say it's being devalued. Like I don't think
people claim Hangman is an afterthought. Don't nobody give a shit about this Sammy story. That's the thing with me. Like nobody actually cares.
The TV is one of the most talked about.
Actually, no. They did a ratings breakdown. They did a ratings breakdown.
Okay, go ahead. Educate me, my brother. Okay.
Like dead serious. Like they did a ratings breakdown. People stopped watching during the semi.
But
it went back up when Hangman started wrestling. But it went down during the semi match.
With the ratings thing, usually you got to take into account one segment is not about the segment itself. The you got to look at the change between like the lead-in segment and that was a lead. You know what I'm talking about. So like the lead-in segment, like the segment before often says, so you'd have to look at the Hangman segment to know the story of the Sammy segment, and then you have to look at what came on before the Sammy segment. So you got to kind of look at both ends or both bookends around that particular segment. But I'm just saying it's one of the most talked about aspects of the show. Good, bad, or indifferent is what it's got the most conversation about. Now, with that said, since people are paying attention to that division because they're just they're unhappy. To me, the TNT title will naturally sort itself out because at the end of the day, that's a work rate belt. If you deliver quality matches, people are bitch, but they'll keep watching. Now, the thing that needs to be shored up, and we've been pretty patient about this as a fandom, I feel like, but I am going to like hold Tony Khan's feet to the fire with whatever platform I have, which is not a big one. But the women's division does need, if you do end up, because Maria Kanellis says she's been talking about Ring of Honor, she needs to go ahead and be doing double duty. Because somebody needs to be pitching for these women, and
I think who books it? Dustin and
Kenny.
Dustin and Kenny, right?
It's mainly Kenny, but Dustin coaches and trains. But you need someone that on the creative end that can really, bend his ear and be like, listen. And the argument I used to always go to was like, you just can't expose a Red Velvet, a Jade, a Kylan King, or whoever that's not ready for that spot yet. So, some of those women I just named are ready and they've grown and they can handle a 5 to 10 minute match. They're ready.
Yeah.
Anna Jay's improved at an amazing clip. I still wouldn't put her. I think she should still keep tagging, get her shit in, have the occasional singles match, same with Julia Hart. But as far now that you got, so Sheeta has dance partners now. Riho has dance partners now. Nyla has dance partners now. Rosa, Britt, etc. Hater, they got dance partners now. And on top of that, I'm thinking that Amia Yim is going to show up at some point. I'm thinking that Athena is going to show up at some point.
Eventually show up.
I wouldn't be shocked if those two women debuted as parts of the female Owen tournament. I wouldn't be.
They can't. No, they literally can't.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
they have. I think they only have like one more spot.
Red Velvet. And you're right. Wait.
Because it's Velvet, Sheeta, Hater, Storm.
Britt's gonna go in tonight.
Britt is gonna definitely go in tonight.
Did Statlander qualify? Did she do it?
No. There's a sixth one that's qualified. I can't think of it. Ruby.
Oh yeah, Ruby. Yeah, I knew it was somebody that had.
Deeb is probably going to be in it. Deeb is almost 100% going to be in it
because her and Sheeta got.
Yeah, and then there's one more. Then there's one more, and I don't know.
They want. It's going to be an 8-woman tournament. Well, yeah. I mean, you can debut one. You can bring one in.
We'll see.
I'm not saying they need to because there's women on their own roster that they could give that spot to. I feel like because Marina Shafir is not going to beat Jade, but I mean, there's some. Honestly, I would rather you got to do something with Chris Statlander's new character turn. So I would have said Layla Hirsch, but Layla Hirsch is out injured.
She get hurt.
So that effing sucks too, man. But like, because she was like her heel turn was working pretty good for her. But I would definitely Kiera Hogan would be a cool. I mean, Kiera Hogan would be a good. That'll get her some good experience, get her familiar with the audience. Because Kiera Hogan's a solid worker. She's developing. Again, she's one of those. Yeah, I mean, we need that baddie section stable. She's mentioning the baddie section on social media.
So is Red Velvet.
Her Red Velvet were booing. We're loudly booing, very awkwardly loudly booing. Marina Shafir.
That was weird because
that whole segment.
Maria Shafir looked so much better on Dark that it felt. Bruh. It just didn't translate. That didn't translate.
It's just the styles didn't mix. Her and Velvet styles, or not Velvet Sky
or Sky Blue. Yeah, Sky Blue. It just was weird. It was
also,
weird. But
bruh, I think it's going to be interesting on Friday night because Jade has been doing more like chain and ground wrestling stuff that Bryan Danielson has been training her on. So I wouldn't be shocked if
she taps her out.
No, not that you can't tap Shafir this early, but like Shafir is going to like Shafir is going to get her shine on because she's going to out technique Jade, and then Jade, Jade's going to be like, all right, enough of that kung fu shit or that judo shit, and then do what Jade do. Just do what Jade do. Like they could have a pretty good match, and that's all I expect.
And whoever eventually beats Jade is going to be a star. Like whoever eventually dethrones Jade.
Well, once her evolution or legacy, once the baddie club like Kiera Hogan or Red Velvet. Once one of them becomes the Batista of that group, that will be the one to be the next.
It's gonna be Red Velvet.
I would find it hilarious.
Just the thumbs down.
Yeah, I would find it hilarious if only black women hold that belt for like the first 5 years of its existence. Like just keep signing talented black women.
Doesn't count.
No. Because those women are also like Jay's gonna drop it and then go and be the world and be like the women's world champ. and then you bring
It
in like
doesn't count, Jonesy.
oh, you're
Damn,
right.
I don't.
My
it doesn't
bad.
count.
You're right.
No, that doesn't count.
How
AEW hates black
how
people.
come Swerve did not debut, run into the Face of the Revolution ladder match, kill everybody with one hit except Keith Lee, and because you can't attack another black man, and then he takes it and he gets the poker chip and he says, I don't care what the main event is tonight. Hangman Page, get your honky ass out here right now, Buckra. And then Hangman comes out.
Buckra, nigga. Buckra.
Heyman's got Swerve on the ropes, and then Swerve counters the buckshot with an ego slide, and then he Swerve stomps him, and then he power bombs him, and then he hits him with a kudo driver, and then he picks him up, he super kicks him, and then he puts him in a stunner, and then he puts him in the backpack stunner, and then he pins him with one foot and does a Jericho, come on, baby, and then Wakanda comes out to celebrate, and then now Tony Khan can prove he's not racist because he sells the company to Master P.
Oh man,
Anything
niggas don't
less
even
than
watch.
that,
Niggas don't even watch House of Glory.
And he has to make a public apology to Swole and be whipped with Cody's belt. In that order.
You went a step farther than I was willing to go.
That is the only way Tony Khan can prove he is not a racist.
Speaking of Tony Khan, he's going to be on Swerve's podcast. I can't wait to hear
Yes,
that.
he is. That should be an interesting podcast. Tony Khan's a
that'll
good
be
interview. He's got big blow energy, but you know, that's what makes him a great interview.
It's also hilarious that he's totally aware that people talk about him doing it.
Yes, he is.
He's 100% aware that people say
he's in on the joke.
Like
also.
He responds to tweets of people joking that he's doing coke.
He is in on the joke.
Hilarious.
What's funny is I saw somebody like defending him, like, you need to understand that you got to run another boot, whatever. And like they even went as far as to be like, you know, people on the spectrum. I mean, I'm like, Tony Khan has never said he's on right. Like
why would you assume he's on the spectrum? Like he's just enthusiastic. He's
enthusiastic about wrestling. He's a wrestling fan. I don't know if y'all have ever gone to conventions or live events and talked to other fans. He acts like one of us. He's just also a billionaire. He is
a well-groomed billionaire wrestling fan. He has the money to do all the things that you thought you could do in WWE Universe mode. He has the money to do that. He is not.
He also actually knows how to run a fucking business on top of it.
Yeah, stop. I've seen that too. Like, I don't know if that nigga on the spectrum. Don't do that. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Don't do that. Like,
that's really weird. Don't do that.
You know who also did stuff as an owner of a company that people thought was like way out there? Ted effing Turner, because it was still real to him. Damn it, Ted Turner said, "As long as I'm alive, my networks will have wrestling, and as long as I own this company." And then he didn't own the company anymore, and I feel like he made it call to Bischoff like, "Well, we're fucked, fellas.
Can't help it now."
Well, maybe we
take that book from Vince Russo.
Maybe we shouldn't have hired Kiss and made that deal where we the Demon has to win pay-per-view matches. That might not have been such a great idea. Retrospect.
Or let Vince Russo do anything.
In his defense, in the year of our Lord 1999, hiring Vince Russo was a very, very good idea on paper.
Cool. How many companies did Vince Russo destroy? Like 3?
He also was involved in like some Christian Wrestling Federation thing that was like partnered with TNA. I remember watching a Wrestling with Regret retrospective on that. That
might explain why he was so upset at Hangman's Crown of Thorns thing.
Well, yeah, apparently he converted to Christianity via one of Sting's Bible studies that Sting used to do. Once Sting was I'm done doing blow and getting drunk. Hey, fellas, would you like to come to my room? I got some milk cookies and the good word of Jesus. And some guys would come.
Nigga, I'm not going anywhere that got milk cookies, nigga. What the fuck?
Milk and cookies. Milk, cookies. And this is why grammar's important, kids. Milk, cookies.
What the fuck is a milk cookie, nigga? I ain't never heard of
cookies, or you don't need a comma because you're going to put the word and, the word of God.
I'm going to be honest with you. If another grown man invites me anywhere, it says one of his ways to lure me is milk and cookies. Sir.
Milk and cookie Bible studies, man. Come on.
Nigga, we can't Bible study with some steaks? Some buffalo dip?
You know what?
Like, what we got?
When you said that, I just got like a visual of like, I don't know, Antonio Inoki and like Ali at Riviera and Ali being like, let me tell you of the word of the Prophet Muhammad, because Inoki like is a full-on Muslim now. Like
What?
Yeah, him and Ali,
What?
him and Ali are like really, they were like very close friends, like damn near best friends. And he converted to Islam via like their dinners and conversations about faith. So Inoki became, I forgot his Muslim name, but he is a Muslim. He is the most famous Muslim in Japan, actually.
Nigga, he probably the only Muslim in Japan.
Nah, like, bro, this dude is
Him
huge.
and three other people.
That nigga was their Hogan. That nigga got Islam popping over in Japan, bro.
Yes, well,
people converted because Inoki converted to Islam. That's some wild.
He is their Hogan in the same way as Hogan's are Hogan.
Yes,
he is not the racist. He is the self-aggrandizer.
Yes, oh yes.
he's
But hey,
that don't work for me, brother.
In Antonio Inoki's defense, he was no different than the other champs in his era. Like him and Bruno, like, yo, I remember I read a story where Vince Sr. told Bruno one time, you know what, I think it's time. And Vince was like, and Bruno was like, cool. So we're shooting tonight, is what you're telling me. It's like, no, you're just gonna we're gonna do business. Bruno, let's talk it out. He's like, I don't care what number you write on that check. He can have the belt, he can be your champion. Just explain to him when we get out there, he's going to
run the
have
thing.
to, he's going to have to legit run my thing. I survived Nazi occupied Italy and childhood polio. So if he wants the shenanigans, matter of fact, I'm the champ, I'll come out first. I'll let him get in the ring first. Let's go. Like, all right, man, I guess 4 more years of holding that belt's happening. Hey, could you send Stasiak in? Yeah, so what we talked about earlier, that's gonna be it. I mean, if you want to shoot with Bruno, no, okay, me neither. Cool.
You want to run if you want that smoke from Bruno San
Martino. And Inoki was the same way. He's like, cool, okay, cool. This Kawada kid, I mean, if you think that's best, all right. So just explain to him tonight. He's graduating. What? Yeah. I mean, that don't work for me. But if he make it work for me, meaning he's gonna have to make me make it work for me.
Oh wow,
he can have it.
Random match announcement for tonight: Blackpool Combat Club versus Lee Moriarty, Dante Martin. And
nice.
Brock Anderson.
Yo, so those guys getting killed. Speaking of the updated card, let's run down what's gonna be on Dynamite real quick. We can wrap up the last 20 minutes of the show talking.
So we're gonna have the announcement, whatever that is. Whatever the announcement is. I'm actually surprised they're doing Dante Martin without Darius. Why isn't Darius in this match? Why is Brock Anderson?
You know what the you know what the announcement should be?
What?
It should be the results of the independent study proving that I have.
Oh, we didn't talk about the bots,
bro. That nigga should come out there and be like, "My announcement is this PowerPoint showing 738,000 data points proving that a certain company who shall remain nameless has been funneling support to bots."
It's also funny because he never said that company.
Nope.
He was like, "Who would pay for something this expensive?" He didn't say WWE is doing it. He said, "Who?" But you know.
Oh yeah, yo. So the Dynamite lineup plus the match that Ben.
Yep, I got it.
We have
Hook.
You got it.
Hook's Dynamite debut.
Hook is debuting on Dynamite.
Yes. Yeah, which is probably going to lead into
him versus Tony Nese, which should be a dope feud.
Yeah, Britt Baker versus Danielle Camella.
Danielle Camella's looking good since she left WWE. I've seen her on Dark a couple times, and she had a good showing on. I mean, I'm not saying she's like gonna be women's world champion within a year or anything, but she.
No. My shrug was like.
Okay. They released
Jungle Boy versus Kyle O'Reilly. Wardlow versus the Butcher's coming, nigga. The Butcher.
Oh yeah, Wardlow is versus the Butcher. Yeah. Big meaty man slapping meat.
Dustin Rhodes versus CM Punk.
That should be a good one.
And Andre El Elio versus Darby Allin coffin match. Andrade is going to kill Darby Allin.
This young man, bruh. I hope that Andrade comes out tonight wearing the Dia de la Muerta.
Yeah,
like the Sugar Skull face mask for this match. He's gonna take off. He's gonna take off the black. He's gonna take off the Batman mask. He's gonna take off the black mask, and then underneath that is gonna be the face paint. That'd be fire, bro.
I totally didn't think about it when I first saw it. Like, he's going to kill Darby.
Yes.
like we saw him kind of do it already. Like damn. Like, I can only imagine in the back, Darby's like, hey, like, so kill me. Like,
you think that's gonna transition us to a match with Stink, with Senior Stink?
Maybe. I don't know how a Andrade Sting match would actually look. Sting ain't really done no one-on-one matches. Nah. Yeah, he ain't done no one-on-one. He ain't shot a one-on-one this whole time.
Nope.
Nah, I doubt.
And nor does he need to, because
no. That's not a slight.
Yeah, no, not at all. No.
Yeah.
And when I say he doesn't need to, I'm not saying that, that'd be bad TV. I'm saying he don't owe us that. He's giving us plenty. Yeah, he's effing Sting. That's what I love about AEW. They treat like if you got a luminary on your action figure box, you are treated as such. Now, I guarantee you, if Sting goes to TK and is like, I want to do a one-on-one match with CM Punk, that match is happening.
Yes, because CM Punk will want to do it.
But it's not going to even be on a random Dynamite. Tony's going to be like, first time ever, maybe last time ever, CM Punk and Sting in whatever pay-per-view is going to be in the Carolinas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Going to put it in Sting territory.
Sting. Senior Stink.
Sting.
Yes.
Who's
but,
this kid that I would like to buy I would like to buy your child.
Which is very strange. That was a very strange request.
Andrade, he doesn't work for Sting. They're friends. How'd you know this?
Yeah, that being said, that initial request is very strange.
How'd you know this?
How you know?
So
how you know?
So what you say is you don't know.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
How'd you know this?
Yeah, but thank you guys, everybody, for listening. You guys have been great. I don't know who I'm talking to because we don't have any watching. I think Bobby was watching for a little bit. But thank you guys for listening. When you hear the podcast, thank you guys for listening. Remember, like the podcast, leave us a 5-star review, please, or any kind of review. You can give us a 1-star review. Just review it, and then I'll check.
Give us that sweet engagement.
Yes, give us that engagement, and whenever the AEW game comes out, I'll start streaming.
Yeah, well, you know what? If it's online, I'll probably go ahead and renew my Xbox Live or whatever. Get on there.
No, I'm 100% serious because I started streaming.
Oh yeah, I know you're going to stream.
I will stream games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still we didn't get to all the topics we had in the show notes, so we'll probably end up just doing like a Rebellion review. By the way, we'll hammer out the details on this weekend because I know the UFC got Adesanya's fight, right?
No, you don't fight this weekend.
Who else is fighting this weekend for UFC? Anyway, there's some stuff happening in the UFC this weekend. So, and Impact Rebellion, I try to watch their major shows, so I'll check that out. Have a review of that because
if we're reviewing it, I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah, cool. Pull up.
If we're reviewing it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and review it because production values aside, Impact does have a very talented roster. I wish that their parent company invested in them more. I wish somebody like a Tony Khan would go and, Billy Corgan tried to, but I don't think I want the Pumpkin Man booking anything.
The Pumpkin Man. Smashing Pumpkins.
Hey, man. Sorry. I got to call it like I see it there. And Pusha T's album will have come out by the next time you see us for a show. Hopefully next week we can get one in. Yep. Definitely dropping Friday. Yep. We'll have more thoughts on the albums that have come out recently. But, appreciate y'all tapping in with us.
And we're gone.
Happy hump
day. You guys
are
great.
Yep.
Yes. Let me hold on. How do I stop? Make sure you want to stop recording. Yeah.